right, I'm really sorry about that. I imagine most of you hate seeing political posts. That's why you're going to watch a video about melted cheese and recipes on Facebook. And I kind of misled you. It wasn't really clickbait. It was more make you watch bait. But please stick around. This is a political post on Facebook, but it's not like all the other ones. This isn't about Hillary. This isn't about Trump. And I'm not one of your 4 libertarian friends ranting to you about Gary Johnson, because even those guys don't really want him. In North Carolina, in the primary, Gary Johnson almost lost to literally nobody. This isn't about the lesser of 2, 3, or 4 evils. It's about the rest of the election. North Carolina is home to several close races, and not just president. Governor's close, senator's close. All of those statewide races are really close because we basically live in a 50-50 state. And I kind of like that, but our politicians hate it. And they've done everything they can to bury it. And I'm talking about district races, specifically the ones that elect our members of Congress, state senators, and state representatives. If you live in North Carolina, you don't have a real choice in pretty much any of those races, figuratively and literally. There's one person running to be my state representative, and my district is not alone. There are 120 districts in the state house. Candidates are running unopposed in 57 of those districts. According to math, that's about half. Look at the map. If the area you live in is dark, you don't have a choice. You're getting one person on your ballot. And it's a little bit better in the state senate races. There's 50 seats, and 20 were unopposed last time. This time it's 15. But last time in 2014, only 6 were competitive. That's how, I have a choice for state senate, but it's the same 2 people who ran last time, and it was a 68-32 blowout. And blowouts are pretty common across the board here, and especially when we start talking about the congressional districts. We are lucky enough to have 13 congressional districts in North Carolina. In 2014, 10 Republicans won by an average of 30 points. 3 Democrats won by an average of 49 points. And that's how they drew it up. And by they, I mean the Republican leaders of the North Carolina General Assembly. Because after the census every 10 years, the leaders of the General Assembly get to redraw districts for Congress, State House, and State Senate. This pile of garbage is what they gave us in 2011 for Congress. Look at this thing. A court said it was unconstitutional. They had to redraw a new one for 2016. Does look a little bit better, but still not great. And just for the record, I'm not picking on Republicans here, because this is what the North Carolina Democrats gave us in 2001. This is also a pile of crap. Our state legislature draws districts to avoid actual competition for their seats. Do you want to talk about rigged elections? This is how you rig an election. Think about it. Look at Franklin County and Nash County. Now look at their 2 state house districts. This is called gerrymandering. It's named after a Massachusetts governor from the early 1800s. The state legislature drew the districts to favor his party, which, by the way, his party was called the Democratic Republican Party. He was Governor Gary. The mander part comes from a salamander, because one of the districts in question kind of looked like a salamander. You can kind of see that in this 1812 political cartoon. All right, that's enough history. Why does this matter now? This matters now because our politicians don't even have to try. They've stacked the deck in their favor. That's why you can see memes like this. And by the way, this is true. I think it's about the 2012 election. Congress's approval rating hasn't been above 20% in years. And in just about every election, their re-election rate is about 90%, if not higher. Because our politicians don't even have to try. That's why they suck at running for president. We've got to find a way to make our politicians try, or we'll end up with Hillary Trump round 2 in 2020. And I don't say that just to scare you, because there is some good news. Because our state legislature sucks at drawing, they're going to have to redo these districts after the election. It's a court order. If you care about rigged elections, making our politicians try, and just things that generally make sense, stay on them about this. Make them fix it. And honestly, I know that's hard to do because they've made it difficult, because your neighborhood's probably sliced up. The parents at your kid's school probably vote in another district. The people at your church, the people that you work with, they may live in other districts because your community is sliced up. And you know what? It's never going to be perfect, but it can be better than this. All right, now let's get you back